Outlaw Baseball is live on the radio at KNYN and online at mylocalradio.com. It's another season of Wyoming AA Legion Baseball. Follow the American Legion Post 41 Evanston Outlaws throughout the summer months as we bring you live video and play-by-play coverage. Today's broadcast is being brought to you in part by Trona Valley Federal Credit Union, mylocalradio.com, Best Western Dunmore Inn and Legal Tender Restaurant, West Star Printing, Rocky Mountain Sign, Rocky Mountain Yeti, Seavers Jewelers, Ellingford Brothers, Bear River Dental, The Lumberyard, Auto Farm Castle Rock Chevrolet, Mountain West Business Solutions, Plains Tire, Landmark Plumbing and Heating, Joe's Modern Cleaners, Wyoming Dental Specialties, Uinta County School District No. 1, T-Bar S Body Shop, Dr. McKay Frankham DDS, Evanston Regional Hospital, Flex Fitness, Kazines, Bear Lake Convention and Visitors Bureau, Superior Rental, and the Gun Room. With first pitch quickly approaching, let's head to the booth.
Welcome to Ross Kesterson. That's next week when we're in Evanston. Welcome to Paul J. Wataha Complex here in Rock Springs, Wyoming. Game 1 of 4 for the Outlaws this weekend. First up, the Riverton Raiders, followed very shortly by the Green River Knights. Evanston was scheduled to take on Green River this Wednesday. However, that game was called due to cold temperatures. It's a windy one, pretty warm out. North of 60 degrees here in week 2 of the season as Ryan Fisher, the pitcher for today's game, takes the mound after hopping the third baseline. Evanston out in the field first, so they are the designated home team in this contest. We will return with pregame coverage leading up to the first pitch on this First Bank presentation of Outlaw Baseball on K9 Radio.
It's important to feel like you belong. At Trona Valley Federal Credit Union, we understand the value of connection. When you become a member, you join our family. You become an owner of a not-for-profit financial organization, and your success becomes our success. We give back to our members by offering lower loan rates, fewer fees, higher yields, and more products and services. Become a member of Trona Valley Federal Credit Union today, and let's work together to reach your financial goals. We're a caring partner here for you. Member NCUA.
Does your time at the dental office feel like this? Or like this? At Bear River Dental, we do everything we can to help your time at the dental office feel more like this. Call Bear River Dental today at 307-789-5608 to have a dental experience like this. That's Bear River Dental at 307-789-5608. We'll treat you well.
Welcome back to Paul J. Wataha Complex as we welcome you in, getting close to the beginning of this contest. Need to switch the scoreboard around and get that all set up as Evanston is the designated home team. So we'll do that over the break and come back with first pitch on this First Bank presentation of Outlaw Baseball on mylocalradio.com and on the radio at KNYN 99.1 FM.
Bring your vehicle for service at Rocky Mountain Yeti and feel the difference. It's easy. Visit with one of the friendly service riders and then relax and enjoy hot waffles and ice cream. While you relax Yeti style, your vehicle will be worked on by our experienced mechanics. From regular maintenance to major repairs, we do it all. Have your service work done at Rocky Mountain Yeti in Evanston and feel the difference. Get Yeti'd today.
Ooh, yeah.
100 Wasatch Road in Evanston.
Have you been saying no to wearing your jewelry because of a missing stone, a broken chain, or a ring that's just too small? Or are you interested in redesigning your ring altogether? Jeff at Seavers Jewelers can repair or create almost all jewelry at extremely competitive prices. Jewelry is supposed to be worn. Bring it to Seavers Jewelers today for a free cleaning and any repairs it might need. Say yes to wearing your jewelry. Say it with Seavers. Seavers Jewelers on Main Street in downtown Evanston.
Well, here we are back at Paul J. Wataha Complex. Ryan Fisher on the mound leading off against Dylan Lang. Swing and a miss on the count. It is 1-2. And good side-to-side action out for Ryan Fisher. Fisher on the mound behind the plate. It's Reed Gross at catcher. At first base, Gus Allred. Here's the 1-2 delivery. Fastball in the zone. Punch him out looking. And move on to the next man. One gone in the inning. And A strikeout to start off. Dylan Lang set down. Followed up is Kendrick Mueller, the catcher for Riverton. He's a right-handed batter as well. Fisher working quickly on the pitch, up high and out of the zone, 1-0. Going around the horn for the Evanston Outlaws, Gus Allred at first base defensively, Brendan Thompson at second, Seth Lloyd at short, and at third base, Jagger Mitchell. Swing and a miss on a ball down in the dirt, and Kendrick Mueller says, yeah, a little bit low. I realize that one. Count out 1-1. In the outfield and left field, it's Kendall Cummings. Here's the 1-1 fastball again, outside ball 2. At center field, Casey Perriman today. As I don't see Chris Perriman in the dugout, I would imagine he might be at a track meet. Here's the 2-1, pitch inside and high, ball 3. So one gone in the inning on a strikeout for Dylan Lang. At right field, Jordan Schneider rounds out the starting 9 on the diamond for the Outlaws. 3-1 delivery, swing and a miss. Had to go in the zone and delivered a fastball. Full count. Kendrick Mueller, right-handed catcher, batting, wearing number 28. 1 out in the inning. Here's the full count delivery. Popped up high. And in foul territory, caught by Gus Allred. 10 pitches for Ryan Fisher so far, and 2 outs is the result. Batting after Lang is retired with a strikeout, and Mueller with a pop-out to first base brings up Cody Frazier, third baseman and a right-handed hitter as well. Dylan Fabricas bats 4th, Brock Hinkle 5th. In the 6th spot, Blake Dale. Here's the first delivery, hit right up the middle to Brendan Thompson. Fielded cleanly, tons of time, and throw for 3, go down. 1, 2, 3, the Riverton Raiders are retired. To the bottom of the first next on this First Bank presentation of Outlaw Baseball on KNY on 99.1 FM and online at mylocalradio.com.
Does your time at the dental office feel like this? Or like this? At Bear River Dental, we do everything we can to help your time at the dental office feel more like this. Call Bear River Dental today at 307-789-5608 to have a dental experience like this. That's Bear River Dental at 307-789-5608. We'll treat you well.
When it comes to shopping online, you definitely want to put thelumberyard.com on your list of favorites. You'll save time and money by visiting thelumberyard.com first. You'll find a huge selection of inventory to choose from. We've got everything you need for any of your home, yard, or shop projects. Get excellent prices and quick delivery when you shop at thelumberyard.com. We are part of the local community, plus we ship all over the United States. Log on today to see what all the excitement is about.
I'm your favorite flavor, but you don't like me like that. You say I'm twisting your facts. You say
Bottom of the first inning, and on the mound for Riverton, it is Dylan Lang, the leadoff batter, who was retired by strikeout. Behind the plate, Kendrick Mueller popped out to first base for the second out. At first base, it's Brock Hinkle. Rhett Stover at second base. At shortstop, Blake Dale. Cody Frazier at third base. Tyler McKiernan in left field. At center field is Dylan Fabricas. He'll lead off the top of the second for Riverton. And Ethan Rogden in right field rounds out. For the Evanston Outlaws, Reed Gross struggling at the plate to begin the season, but leading off in his regular spot, batting in the 100s. At the top of the mound right now, the guy in the 3-hole, Ryan Fisher. He'll be preceded number 2 by Jagger Mitchell. In the cleanup spot at Seth Lloyd, Casey Perriman has been off to a hot start early on, so he moves up from 8th in the order to batting 5th today. Brendan Thompson in the 6th spot, Gus Allred 7th, Jordan Schneider getting the start in right field and batting 8th, and Kendall Cummings rounding out the order in left field, batting 9th. As we mentioned, Ryan Fisher leading the way for the Outlaws. He is batting .692 through 13 at-bats. That's 8 singles, 9 hits, 1 triple, and 6 RBIs early on for the season. Ethan Buse is the only player behind him, and that's just through 3 at-bats. He has 2 hits. Casey Perriman hitting .500 as well. Moving back into the contest, Dylan Lang setting up as Reed Gross looks down to the third base coach of Jason Lloyd, looking for instruction. Steps into the batter's box, and we are ready to go. Lang with the first delivery. Fastball hit down to third base, eaten up a little bit, and safe at first base on the infield single. Goes Reed Gross, sent down to Cody Frazier at third, hopped off his body, and one man on. Brings up Jagger Mitchell. Mitchell, a second-year Outlaw. Bounced a little bit in between B and A at the Trappers and Double A of the Outlaws. First pitch taken just inside for a ball. Looked like a pretty good pitch for Lang. A little visibly upset that he didn't get the call on the play. Good lead at first base by Reed Gross. On the stretch, Gross going, hit and run called, but fouled out behind us and into a Little League field for a strike. Count at 1-1.
Return the foul balls to the snack bar for a treat.
All foul balls returned today have a snack if returned. Any fans out there wanting to return foul balls for a snack? Come out to Paul J. Wataha Complex. Third pitch taken for a ball. Count at 2-1. Man on first is Reed Gross. Mitchell taking his windup. Throw back. And Gross in safely. The second pitch was a called hit and run. Mitchell fouled it off. Gross taking a hefty lead again. Lang not paying attention at the mind. Off the stretch. The slide step. May have caught him. Good throw down as Gross is caught. Stealing. Second base and out number one. He was out, but the ball dropped out of the glove of Rhett Stover. So from out by a mile to safe by drop. Reed Gross with the stolen bag. On the slide step, the pitch was called for is that a ball or a strike? Count is at something. It's either at 2-2 or 3-1. We will see. Pitch taken outside, no, taken for a strike. So it's at least at 2-2. So that would mean that was a ball, full count. Open bag at first. No outs, and Reed Gross with another big lead. Slide step, fouled off, out of play by Mitchell. Count stays full. Lang looking back to second base. Off the stretch again. Down low in the dirt. Taken for a ball and a walk. Jagger Mitchell puts runners on first and second. Brings up Ryan Fisher. Before mentioned Fisher hitting .692 with 6 RBIs, 8 singles, 1 triple. Last week, the Evanston Outlaws opened with 2 games on April 27th and 2 on April 28th. Big lead at first, and strike one delivered by Dylan Lang. 0-1 count against Ryan Fisher. Outlaws opened up against the Casper Oilers, who they lost 11-8 to. Big lead at second again. Breaking ball out to third base. Again, Frazier fields it this time. Taps on third, throws back to first, and the ball gets past Brock Hinkle. Advances Reed Gross on to third. It is a 5 unassisted. Fielder's choice as Ryan Fisher puts runners on first and third with 1 out. That brings up Seth Lloyd. Left-handed hitter for the Outlaws, wears number 24. I believe a 6th-year Evanston Outlaw. Yeah, that's right. That'd be the math. Now at 18. Been playing since he was 13. Of course, his playing time as a 13-year-old was fairly limited, as well as a 14-year-old, but was in the dugout. Even saw some pitching opportunities against a AAA team from Las Vegas that season. First pitch taken outside for a ball. Count at 1-0. Gross was retired at third, so that puts Mitchell at third base after the fielder's choice, taking a decent lead. Down in the dirt, Lloyd being patient, and a 2-0 count. Lang looks down, delivers outside for the ball. 3-0. Lloyd taps the home plate twice. Gives a couple of exaggerated practice swings. Lang gives a look back to first base where Fisher takes a 4-step lead. Holding all the way, and bases go loaded on a 4-pitch walk for Seth Lloyd. Brings up the number 5 man in the order, Casey Perriman, hitting .500 on the season. Right-handed hitter with the bases juiced. Righty on righty. Fastball. First pitch swinging. Fouled off opposite end. Goes into the bullpen of the first base dugout. Count at 0-1. Outlaws will play against Green River at 5 p.m., the scheduled time. Just 3 minutes before 3 p.m. here. Slap down to third base. Into the foul territory. Gloved by Frazier. Mitchell tapped home plate, but he has to retreat back. Perriman facing an 0-2 count. Bases loaded, 1 out, and infield at double play depth. Rock Springs, one of the bigger fields in Legion in the west side. Here's the pitch on 0-2. Inside offering and a check down. He went, a strikeout. Out number 2. 2 gone as Brendan Thompson, with the bases loaded, is the last hope in the half inning for the Outlaws. Pitch outside, taken for ball 1. A walk works just as good as a hit here to try to get something on the board for the Outlaws, so no need to be hasty. Perriman got caught down 0-2 on a pair of good pitches that he offered at and went foul, and then got caught looking. Trying to offer on an inside pitch, had to be a little hasty. 2-0 count to Brendan Thompson. Wind whipping here at Paul J. Wataha. Lang taking his time, wipes his right hand on his back seat, grabs the ball, grips it, throws it well outside. Just picked up by Mueller, otherwise an easy pass ball, and it's a chain link backstop, which has no give on a bounce back. Meaning any ball getting past the catcher, certainly with a man on third, means a run. 3-0, and you got to be taking all the way you'd think if you're Brendan Thompson, and he does with an RBI, walks in a run, and the Outlaws take the lead. Riverton played their first game of the year just before this contest. Don't have the final on that. Get that over the break. Evanston played 4 games last week, 2 games today, 2 games tomorrow. Brings up Gus Allred to the plate for Evanston. Allred takes a strike. Bases stay loaded. Fisher at third. Allred the lefty. Slaps it up to center field. 1 hop. 1 run around easily. A second being waved in. Seth Lloyd on his horse, and the throw is not in time. Runner advances on to third. A 2-run RBI single by Gus Allred puts the Evanston Outlaws up 3-0 in the top of the first inning. 2-out RBI single by Allred. Big hit early on for an Outlaw who played a little bit last year, mostly as a B-team player, though, and batting in the number 6 spot with 2 outs. Turns it over to the number 8 man and a first-year Outlaw, Jordan Schneider. Schneider sees the first pitch, gets it. Gloved over at short, and a high throw goes over the head and air. Schneider on his way to second. Brendan Thompson has already come around to score. Both runners on to second and third. Don't count it an RBI, but a run nonetheless. 4-0 on the Impact Physical Therapy board. The Outlaws up again. Hit up to second base, and Blake Dale gloved it just in front of the bag at second. There was a runner on first. He had the force out there. Instead, opted to go over the bag, not touch it, throw down to first base where he overtossed Brock Hinkle. And that brings up the number 9 man, Kendall Cummings, a right-handed hitter for the Outlaws with 2 men on, in scoring position, and knocked up to center field on the first pitch he sees. 1 run around, hold up on the second. Cummings stays at first. 1 pitch is all he needed to get another RBI in for the Outlaws, make it 5-0 on the Impact Physical Therapy board. So early on, as Riverton playing their first game of the season, Evanston having the advantage of playing last week, much like the Outlaws looked a little out of sorts against teams who were in their second week of play on the 27th and 28th, Evanston having the advantage of batting around as Reed Gross comes up for a second time. His first at-bat was a single. He stole second and then was caught out on a fielder's choice for the first out of the inning. On a slide step, slider moving to the right, cuts into the zone for a strike. 0-1 count, and runners at first and third base for the Outlaws, leading 5-0 over the Riverton Raiders. Laying on the stretch. Hit opposite field and out. 0-2 to Reed Gross. 10-run rule is in effect, as is a 2-hour limit on game times. No inning may start after the 2-hour inning limit, maybe 2 and 15 even. I think it might be a 2-hour 15-minute limit. Have to go back and check that email if I get a chance. Cutting action, high and inside, a nice curveball, but it started too far up and in. Ball 1 to Gross, count at 1-2. Evanston wearing the gray-silver jerseys with the blue and white striping around the belly. Gross gets hit, and bases loaded. Inning continues for Dylan Lang. 5 runs in already. And Jagger Mitchell up for a second time. Mitchell was the first run in. He walked, reached third on a fielder's choice after Gross was eliminated, and then scored on a walk on 4 pitches by Brendan Thompson. Swing and a miss on the first pitch. Fastball blown right past Mitchell. 5-0 the score on the Impact Physical Therapy board. Working quickly. Here's Lang on the second. Gets past. Coming home and scoring without a throw is Jordan Schneider to make it 6-0 on the Impact Physical Therapy board. Like we said, any pitch getting past the catcher, as it did past Kendrick Mueller today, is going to hit that backstop, either the chain link or the metal, and just make a dud sound and end right there. 2-1 after another ball. .31 pitches already for Dylan Lang in the inning. Runners at second and third. Kendall Cummings at second on a foul tip. Kendall Cummings at third. And Gross at second. Mitchell sets up to receive the 2-2. Slaps it over the pitcher's mound. He's got good wheels, infield single. 1 run scores on the single. A second on the air at second as it went through the hands of Rhett Stover. And it goes 8-0 on the Impact Physical Therapy board. Outlaws again with another pair of runs, and Ryan Fisher up for a second time. He was run number 2 in the inning. Reached on the fielder's choice, which was the first out, as Reed Gross was tapped out by Cody Frazier. Walked to second and third, and then scored around on a single by Gus Allred. 33 pitches for Dylan Lang, a toss back to first base, and the runners in safely. Mitchell not taking a gigantic lead over at first base. Only man on. Pitch off the stretch outside. Ball 1. Welcome you listening online at mylocalradio.com, watching the video stream, or we're back on the radio with baseball season 2-0, opposite field knock right through first and second. Gets through the glove of Rognan, so a single. On to second with an air and maybe beyond. First runner being waved around. Maybe an inside the park Little League home run. They'll hold him up at third. A single and an air at E9 puts Ryan Fisher on third base. And another run around for the Outlaws. We mentioned the 10-run rule in effect. Evanston may try to test that in the first inning. Does not come into effect until the fifth. Seth Lloyd up for a second time. He walked and eventually scored on a single, also by Gus Allred. That was the 2-run jack right up the middle, falling in front of center fielder Dylan Fabricus. Pitch count to 35 for Dylan Lang. Here's the first, righty on lefty, trying to use the curveball to go backdoor on Lloyd, but misses outside. Runner at third base, hit hard and well, out to right field, going and gone. Home run by Seth Lloyd for the Outlaws, and it is 11-0. First home run of the Outlaws season, first home run I've been around for Seth Lloyd. It was a no-doubter on that one. Caught the right-handed Dylan Lang, and I think that may be it. We will have to see. Manager coming out. We will see. No doubter by Lloyd. He let it go, watched it fly, and the only question was, would it stay left to the foul pole? And it did just that. 11-0 on the Impact Physical Therapy board. Lloyd, what a wallop on that shot. Have to see. No sign of the pitch change quite yet. 11-0 on the Impact Physical Therapy board. At some point, you got to be thinking, please, coach, please take me out. Manager retreats. And Lang will stay in. Says, let me get this final out. He's had two for a while, and should be noted, that most recent home run by Seth Lloyd, just the most recent of a long string of unearned runs. There's been some errors in the inning. Riverton could have been out of it a long time ago. But nonetheless, it continues and brings up Casey Perriman to the plate. He was out number 2 of the inning on a strikeout. Inside pitch, trying to go inside and get an offering. Perriman backs away, and it's ball 1. Second delivery by Lang. Swing and a chop foul down the third base side. Nice bare hand one hopper by manager Jason Lloyd. Fires it back to Lang at the pitching mound. One count. Here's the pitch inside. Trying to go curveball again and caught inside. It is 2-1. Perriman showing some patience. Sees it in the zone. Knocked out to short. A well-hit ball past the glove of Blake Dale at shortstop. Another single for the Outlaws, and the inning continues. Put Perriman at first base for Evanston, and that brings up Brendan Thompson. He actually drove in the first run of the contest on a 4-pitch walk with the bases loaded. He came around to score himself on an error. The first of many unearned runs. Score at 11-0 on the Impact Physical Therapy board, bottom of the first. Thompson wants to try at it. Hacks it out into left center. It's certainly a gapper, and it is one hop off the wall. Bring him around. Casey Perriman on an RBI double for Brendan Thompson. Sends it back down to the dugout, and the inning goes on. Thompson on to second, and the score goes 12-0 on the Impact Physical Therapy board. Lang stays in. Two out, should be noted. 12-0, Gus Allred up. He drove in a couple earlier this inning on a smack out into center field. Shortstop for Riverton, Blake Dale. Shading towards that middle. Ball gets passed at the home plate, but Thompson holding up. Mueller was quick to go back, and Here's Lang walking back to the mound. Count at 1-0. Excuse me, count at 1-1, I think. No, I got 1-0. Misses again, put it at 2-0. 43 pitches for Dylan Lang. He's already into mandatory rest territory on the pitch count rules enforced, and he's still in the first inning. Off the stretch, slapped down to short, and whoa, mark that as an error, even though it won't go as officially such. Blake Dale completely misread the ball. He went the opposite way of which way it was headed and switched it around from second to home, from home to second. Brendan Thompson scores on the double by Gus Allred. Brings Jordan Schneider up. 13-0 on the Impact Physical Therapy board. Runner at second base is Gus Allred. Schneider last time up, reached on an error, scored on a pass ball, swings on an inside pitch trying to rip it down the third base line, but toes left towards manager and third base coach Jason Lloyd. It's 0-1. 3:13, and we're still in the first inning. Time on the clock. Righty on righty matchup. Lang to Schneider, delivers outside for a ball. Lang sets, steps back, looks to second, and fires. In the zone, and Schneider obliges. Swing and a miss, 1-2. So once again, Dylan Lang, one pitch away. It would be number 48 to get out of the inning. Looks to second, off the stretch, in the zone, and he walks off after striking out Schneider. What an inning. 13 runs for the Outlaws on a ton of errors, a ton of hits, and a ton of mistakes. We'll be back with the second inning next. 13-0 on the Impact Physical Therapy board on this First Bank presentation of Outlaw Baseball on KNYN 99.1 FM and online at mylocalradio.com.
Light up your world with a custom-built LED sign from Rocky Mountain Sign in Evanston. It's a proven fact that signage that lights up creates more attention. So light it up and then add text, images, and video, and your sign becomes even more powerful. Start sharing your advertising messages and information with your customers today. The team at Rocky Mountain Sign provides all types of quality signage that is custom-built and maintained. Call today for a free quote. Rocky Mountain Sign, 307-789-5202. Rocky Mountain Sign, serving customers in Wyoming, Utah, and Idaho.
The steel fabrication shop at Ellingford Brothers is available for large and small projects alike. We work with individuals, the public is always welcome, and contractors. We design and build one-of-a-kind projects, plus we fabricate loose parts and heavy equipment, and customize Ford and Dodge pickup truck front bumpers, plus equipment including hitches, trailers, and more. Serving customers since 1936, Ellingford Brothers is reliable, honest, and offers competitive pricing. Call today, 307-789-1515.
13 runs for the Evanston Outlaws in the opening inning. We move on to the top of the second. And leading off for Riverton is Dylan Fabricus, followed by Brock Hinkle and Blake Dale. Ethan Rognan in the 7th spot. Tyler McKiernan in the 8th. And Rhett Stover playing second base and batting 9th. Last inning, Ryan Fisher worked quickly. A strikeout, a pop-out, and a ground-out. Here's the first pitch, and it's a strike, moving side to side, and a lot of movement and drop as that ball was caught by Reed Gross in the lower dirt area of the left-handed batter's box. Count at 0-1, and here's the second pitch. Misses outside in a similar spot. 1-1 the count. Righty on righty matchup inside. Fabricus backs up on an inside fastball thrown by Fisher, and the count is 2-1. Fisher on the 2-1. Swing and a chop foul behind him. 48 pitches, I believe, last inning for Dylan Lang. On a 2-2 count, Ryan Fisher about to deliver pitch number 16. Here's the delivery, off speed and trying to catch him backdoor. Full count, 3-2. Fisher pitched some innings last Saturday when we were there. Had a couple of appearances, quick ones. Probably go a little bit longer today. A chop foul. And Fabricas stays alive. Fabricas, a multi-sport athlete for Riverton, playing in the Legion baseball season. Out in center field. Here's the 3-2 again. Outside and a walk. Puts Fabricas as the opening base runner of the contest for Riverton. Wind continues to whip around here at Paul J. Wataha, as it will. Here's a few places to find shade, as the fans will do. They try to go behind the dugouts. There's a few dugouts, 4 fields in all around here, so you got some blocks here and there. There's a crow's nest right behind us. We're actually outside today, as strike one is delivered to Brock Hinkle, so we have huddled up right next to that to try to get as much of a wind block as we can. Hoping the early afternoon winds don't get worse into the late afternoon, as we've seen at tournaments here in the past. We mentioned the Rock Springs, Paul J. Wataha Legion side of the field, one of the larger Legion fields in the Western Conference, out there and right up there with the Casper field, the former short season single A home of the Casper Ghosts. Pitch down low and strike, number 2, and an 0-2 count for Fisher, looking against Brock Hinkle. Man on first is Dylan Fabricas. Throw back to first, gets past Allred, chases it down, and no attempt of a advance for Fabricas. Fisher calls out my bad on the throw. Fabricas taking a very small lead, an interesting throwback in the first place. 20 pitches for Ryan Fisher compared to 48 in the first inning for Dylan Lang. Here's the pitch, outside, ball 1. Caught up by Reed Gross. Fisher takes the ball, looks over to first, into the glove, set position. Fastball, down in the dirt again, ball 2. 2-2 count to Brock Hinkle. We will see the Green River Knights following this contest, probably within 30 minutes of the completion of it. Scheduled for 5 p.m. We're in the top of the second inning right now, and it's already 3:20 p.m. Very possible that the game is delayed, as this one was behind by about 15 minutes itself. Inside pitch and 3 straight balls delivered by Ryan Fisher puts the count at full. (3-2), short lead by Fabricas. Here's the payoff. Fouled out of play. Fastball delivered by Ryan Fisher out in the golf course area. Paul J. Wataha sharing space with White Mountain Golf Course here in Rock Springs. Throw back to first on another short lead by Fabricas. He tails forward, face first, and his helmet falls off the top of his head. Picks it back up and readjusts as he stands up. Allred playing tight to the bag on this full count. Full count again, and outside back-to-back walks given up by Ryan Fisher. Runners go to first and second. And it brings up Blake Dale, the shortstop. Warrants a quick infield conference as first, second, short, and third converge. A quick conference at the mound, and a pat on the back by Gus Allred. And Fisher's back and ready to go. 13-0 the score on the Impact Physical Therapy board. Outlaws leading in the top of the second over Riverton. First pitch, a ball by Ryan Fisher, his 5th in a row. Second pitch, outside, and a ball. So now the control is becoming a bit of an issue for Ryan. Pitching a shutout early and working very quickly in the first inning, but struggling with giving the first two men a free pass onto base. Throws a meatball right down the center, and Blake Dale was looking for a 3-0 count and not ready to swing at it, so a count goes 2-1. Here's the pitch. Chop foul, and we've gone 2-2. Fisher with no outs in the second inning, already throwing more pitches than he did in all of the first. Second pitch, or 2-2, out to left field. Not a great run, and catch by Kendall Cummings. Nearly falls forward as he does so. Not a great jump by Cummings, but it works for an out. And the Outlaws keep both runners at first and second base. Turns around to Ethan Rognan, right fielder and a right-handed hitter. Wears number 77. Probably the smallest number 77 jersey I've ever seen. Usually that's a number for a left tackle. First pitch right down the pipe and taken for a strike. Fisher looks back to second base. Seems happy with the call by Gross. Fastball again, and 0-2 is the count. Slow walk back after the foul out of play for Ryan Fisher to the mound. Holds the ball into the glove on the 0-2. Chop down to third base. Chance for a double play, passed up by Mitchell as he takes the sure out. 5-3 at first base, and retired is Rognan. Advances both runners to second and third base. There are two gone and a 13-0 lead for the Outlaws. Probably the wise decision by Mitchell is you've got a gigantic lead. Don't take anything that you don't need to. Even if you give up a run, you've got quite the cushion. Brings up Tyler McKiernan to the plate for Riverton. McKiernan, a left fielder, takes strike one. After the control issues by Fisher, Gross has gone back to the basics and called fastball, fastball, fastball. Here's the 0-1 fastball again, and misses a hair low. On the 1-1, fastball again, inside edge, swing and a miss. And we are at 1-2. One pitch away after letting the first two runners on by way of walks. Here's Fisher to get out of the inning. Fastball chopped off, not quite yet. Two. Fisher inside, chop foul again, just a hair down the third base line. Had Jagger Mitchell on his horse, trying to make sure. Pitch count at 36 for Fisher. Here's the 2-2 one more time. Well inside, probably would have hit him had he not swung around, but instead McKiernan offered, and it stays at 2-2. 2-2 count. Or 1-2 count, excuse me. Chop foul again. So plenty of time to work with in the count aspect for Ryan Fisher. Continues to deliver fastball. And McKiernan continues to battle him off. Another pitch. Outside edge, punch him out looking, and say so long. Two men stranded for Riverton as we end the second inning for their side. On to the bottom half next on this First Bank presentation of Outlaw Baseball on KNYN 99.1 FM and online at mylocalradio.com.
For over 10 years, the professional and friendly staff at Mountain West Business Solutions has been serving customers in Wyoming and Utah. Our professional technicians live and work in communities across both states. This way, we are able to provide quick, quality service to all of our customers. We serve businesses in all sizes, and we also provide service and supplies for HP printers. Please call us today and let's see how we can help with all your printing and copying needs. Mountain West Business Solutions, a local company with a toll-free number, 866-583-9925.
We each have 168 hours in every week. When you exercise 2 to 3 hours a week, everything about your life gets better. I know this from personal experience. This is Ben Carden, owner of Flex Fitness Gym in Evanston. 2 to 3 hours of exercise per week will help you feel better, you will have more energy and confidence, your clothes will fit better, and the list goes on. Set yourself up for success. Visit Flex Fitness today and let us help you achieve a more healthy lifestyle. Flex Fitness, 100 Yellow Creek Road, right next to Smith's in Evanston.
Welcome back to Paul J. Wood Taha Complex here in Rock Springs, Wyoming. Week 2 of the season for Evanston. Week 1 and day 1 of the season for the Riverton Raiders. And they find themselves on the wrong end in the bottom of the second of a 13-0 drubbing. Evanston coming up to the bat and leading off, the only man not to bat not once but twice in the inning, Kendall Cummings. Cummings singled and actually came around to score. He made it to second as a man was hit by pitch. That was Reed Gross on to third on a pass ball and home on a single. We saw just about everything there was to see last inning. We saw stolen bases, fielder's choice, errors, a home run, and innings going on and on and on. And for Dylan Lang, 48 pitches in the inning. He will be hoping for maybe half that, maybe a quarter of that, maybe an eighth of that as he enters out for a second inning of work against Cummings. First pitch, slapped down to third base. Just a hair foul down past Frazier. 0-1, and this will be pitch number 50 for Dylan Lang. 2 into the second inning. Takes his time on the signal. Now on the delivery. Inside. Tried to curve it into the zone, but it just avoided hitting Cummings. He pulls back on it, takes it for a ball 1. Here's pitch number 3 by Lang in the zone, and Cummings offers. Swing and a miss, maybe a hair. He got onto it, but not much more. Looked like it just fell out of the glove of Kendrick Mueller. Setting up on the 1-2, Fabricas likes the call from Mueller, delivers. Curveball and strikeout for Cummings. Drops his bat in, looks around, looked like he maybe thought he had something to grab before heading back to the dugout on the third base side. Evanston with 1 out. And Reed Gross batting for a third time in this contest. Gross 1 for 1, a run scored. He was hit by a pitch in his second, came around to score. Stolen a base as well, takes strike 1. 53 pitches for Dylan Lang. And if they want him to pitch tomorrow, I think that ship has already sailed. I think 30 is the limit. 29 pitches if you want to pitch again the next day as he delivers down low. So they may let him go as long as he can, especially in a game that's already gotten away from him. If you can come back and recollect yourself after giving up 13 runs, and again, not all of those were earned. Many of them were not. But nonetheless, if you can come out and pitch a couple of innings after giving up that, well, then that shows some character and some stuff to build upon for future outings on the season. Here's the 2-1, right down the zone, popped up sky high, straight away down to second base. Rhett Stover puts a glove on it, and there are 2 outs. 56 pitches for Lang. Jagger Mitchell up to the plate. Tosses a bat to Reed Gross, heading back to the third base dugout. Evanston will take on Green River following this game, and it will be on a separate stream. Not going to run it like we do with the doubleheaders just because there's different opponents. Lang to Mitchell. First pitch up high to center field. Out is Fabricas, and making the catch. 1-2-3 goes the inning for Riverton. And after a crazy first, Dylan Lang gives an exaggerated hoo-ha back to the dugout after going 1-2-3 on the inning. We will return with the top of the third next on this First Bank presentation of Outlaw Baseball on KNYN 99.1 FM and online at mylocalradio.com.
Some Butterfinger didn't bother to look, and your car goes crunch. Now it looks like the outside of a salted nut roll. People snicker as you drive down the road. Stop the laughter. Let the Three Musketeers at T-Bar S Body Shop come to your rescue and fix your car. When you drive off, you'll feel like you're skipping across the Milky Way again. You'll think of Matt Rex as the big hunk who came to your rescue. Dents removed, glass chips repaired, and windshields replaced. T-Bar S Body Shop and Glass Repair on County Road, across from the cemetery in Evanston. Sweet.
The first school in Evanston opened in 1870 with 8 students. Since the very beginning, excellence in education has been the goal. Dedicated teachers and staff, board members, and community members have focused on student learning. The Uintah County School District No. 1 has graduated many young men and women who have gone on to be successful, productive citizens, parents, and leaders around the world. Our heritage continues today. Uintah County School District No. 1, Pathway to Excellence.
From 13 runs to a 1-2-3 strikeout, pop-up, fly-out inning for Dylan Lang and the Riverton Raiders, we move on to the top of the third inning as Evanston has Ryan Fisher out for a third inning of work. Fisher went 13 pitches in the first, had a bit more in the second, 26 in all, and for a total of 39. As he moves into a third inning, probably one of the aces for Evanston, if not the ace with Seth Lloyd, probably pretty limited on how much he's going to throw. Now, of course, I always take that with a grain of salt when I hear Jason Lloyd say, well, we're probably going to be pretty cautious with Seth, and Seth say, I may not throw that much. Well, day one, we saw Seth make 2 appearances just for an inning, but I know they're trying to save his arm for his future, for the year, and all of that. But when it comes game time, the Lloyds tend to say, we need someone to pitch. Why not me? But Ryan Fisher, moving on to Olympia College next year as a pitcher. He got spotted by a scout at the Jackson tournament last year and signed on to 2-year school. Be working on his craft. Gets swing and miss action, and we're at 0-2. Leadoff hitter is the number 9 man, Rhett Stover. Here's the pitch from Ryan, and it's inside for a ball. So 1-2 is the call. Fisher had some great outings last year and established himself as he gets a strikeout there against Stover to turn the lineup over as a guy who could be relied upon come tournament time. The Outlaws going 0-2 in the tournament last year, hoping for better results this year as they continue to try to navigate that Double-A landscape. Dylan Lang up for a second time. High waggle of the bat takes a pitch for ball 1. Lang and Fisher, both number 5s, but tale of 2 jerseys as far as how the outing has gone. 13 runs given up by the Raiders, none by the Outlaws. Big swing and a miss, and Lang whiffed at the pitch by Fisher, puts the count at 1-1. After Fisher, well, we mentioned Seth Lloyd will pitch here and there. We'll see how much it comes. Ball 2 delivered. And then it gets a little bit up in the air as who's going to give innings here. Is it Allred? Is it Mitchell? You got so many guys out who can throw, but how much they will and where it'll all shake out as we have a foul off by Lang is really a good question for the season and the Evanston Outlaws. Where exactly everyone's going to be playing around the diamond is a bit of a question as well. Chris Perriman, a kid that not here today, but probably will figure into the pitching rotation as well. Strikeout looking, Lang drops his head and takes the long walk back to the dugout, and we have 2 outs. Brings up Kendrick Mueller, the catcher, and number 2 man in the order. His first time up, he flew out to first base on a foul ball that stayed just in play towards the Riverton dugout. First delivery, Mueller offers and gets a big swing and a miss. Mueller taps the home plate. Bat up, pitch down, slap back to the mound, and quick reactions by Ryan Fisher. 1-2-3 on the 1-3 putout. Go the Riverton Raiders. And we move on to the bottom of the third next. Evanston holding on to that big lead. 13-0 on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard. Top of the third goes bottom of the third next on this First Bank presentation of Outlaw Baseball on KNYN 99.1 FM and online at mylocalradio.com.
When you hear Lazy Boy, Serta, and Ashley, what do you think of? Probably recliners, counting sheep, and furniture. Well, now you need to add Kazine's Furniture to that thought. What about GE and Simmons Beauty Rest? Don't forget to add Kazine's Furniture to that thought. Whenever you think of top-of-the-line brand-name furniture, think Kazine's Furniture. From the front room to the bedroom, the kitchen to the office, Kazine's has the furniture you're looking for. Kazine's Furniture on Front Street in Evanston. Ask about 6 months, no interest, OAC. New owners, new inventory, Kazine's Furniture.
Some folks say that life can be measured in seasons. At Auto Farm Castle Rock Chevrolet in Evanston, we have vehicles for every season. From new to experienced drivers, we understand that safety, affordability, and great mileage are always on the must-have list. So whether you're just starting out or it's time to expand your fleet, we've got every season covered. Auto Farm Castle Rock Chevrolet. Stop in today, 624 Front Street, Evanston. We're a different kind of dealer.
Be bugging, that's not my type. You say you want me, and I'm what do you like?
Welcome back to Paul J. Wataha Complex as we try to figure out what just happened with the camera as it's gone out. See if we've got a loose connection somewhere that we can fix and maybe grab up. Oh, there it is. Got unplugged and then lost the juice. See if that'll pop it back up right now. 13-0 on the Impact Physical Therapy board as we welcome you back to video coverage. Luckily, it went out, I believe, just as the third inning. Our top of the third was completing. And Ryan Fisher, after pitching another scoreless inning, will lead off for the Outlaws. (13-0) as Dylan Lang back out against his opposing pitcher, Ryan Fisher. First delivery in the zone for a strike. Second one from Lang. Outside edge and catching the corner as well, make it 0-2. Ryan Fisher on the day, he's had several at-bats already just into the third inning. It's at-bat number 3. Reached on a fielder's choice, scored on that play. Reached on a single in the first. Did not bat on a 1-2-3 inning last inning. This is third. Count at 1-2 after a ball delivered outside. One-two offered outside, hit opposite into right center, shallow field. Running out and making the grab for the play is Ethan Rognan for the first out. Retires Fisher in the bottom of the third and brings up Seth Lloyd. Lloyd homered and walked in the first inning. Scored a trio of runs on the play. High inside ball taken by Lloyd. I'd be cautious too if I was Dylan Lang pitching to the cleanup hitter. Second pitch, tried to pull it well and up and out of play. Got a little under and inside on the handle.
Return the foul ball to the snack bar.
I wondered aloud where the pop was for the Outlaws this year and exactly how Seth Lloyd's shoulder was doing at the plate. And with one swing of the bat, he showed it's doing all right here at Paul J. Wataha on a Saturday afternoon. 1-1 delivery from Lang. Misses mightily. And 1-2 goes the count. Make it 2-1. One out already. This will be pitch number 65 for Dylan Lang. Looks down to Mueller. Offered at opposite field. May stay foul. Down the towing line, and it is into left field. Off first, taking the turn. Going into second. Close play at the bag. He's safe with a double. And hustling it out, Seth Lloyd has a home run, a double, and a reach on a walk today. Trying to go for the complete cycle if he can get a single and a triple somehow. It was a drop ball down the left field line just over the infield dirt, and once it dropped, Seth was making the turn by first, hustled out of the batter's box all the way. Brings up Casey Perriman. Perriman takes ball one. One out in the inning. 13-0. Fastball offered at by Perriman. Just misses the sky-high light. Out in the bullpen, we have a couple of Riverton Raiders warming up. Not sure which one may be trying to pitch or if one is. Right now just trying to loosen up the arms. Into his third inning of work and already at 66 pitches. Would not be surprised to see Lang not be long for this game. Out to shortstop and in for a single. Lloyd holds up at third base. 3-pitch single by Casey Perriman. Puts runners at first and third. And brings up Brendan Thompson to the plate. Thompson, a patient hitter, walked his first time around with the bases loaded. Lang looks back to first base. Healthy lead by Perriman. Almost caught. Overthrown, though. Perriman on his way to second. Lloyd trotting home. 14-0. Outlaws leading. Perriman with the baseball still not found. On his way to third. Upstanding. A long lead. Looked like Perriman maybe trying to take second. Instead, he's on to second and then to third. And getting some discussion from Jason Lloyd. I think on his nonchalant walk into third base as the ball was actually rolling in to Cody Frazier. So runner at third base as Lloyd scores on the air. And the count at 0-0. Going in and a ball delivered to Brendan Thompson. Here's the 1-0 from Lang, right down the middle and fouled off. Another bare hand play by Jason Lloyd down the third baseline. Count at 1-1, 14-0 on the Impact Physical Therapy board. Here's the pitch to Thompson from Lang. Curveball drops in the zone, and it's 1-2. Casey Perriman waiting at third base for his opportunity. Here's the 1-2. Outside, no, on the corner of the zone. Punch out looking for Thompson. And he is out number 2. Brings up Gus Allred, an unlikely 2-for-2 man today. Singled twice. Drove in 2 already. Score 14-0 with a man on third. Another RBI opportunity. Takes strike one. And Allred today, if nothing else, you can say he's seen his pitch and put it right where it's easy to go. He's gone right up the middle with a big gap between second and short. Gone over the pitcher's head both times. Here's the second pitch. Loops it into left center again for a base hit. Make it RBI number 3. This one's a gapper. Allred on his way to second base. Picked up at the edge of the fence. Allred holds up standing on a double, and it's 15-0 Outlaws, leading on 3 RBIs by Gus Allred, along with Seth Lloyd. Allred, an early candidate for player of the game on the Outlaws side. Puts Perriman around. And the Outlaws up by 13 or 15, and this is where I said, is there a 15-run rule? Because if there was, that would have been a walk-off by Allred. Instead, we have 2 more innings. Swing and a miss by Schneider, or I think the game started about now, an hour ago, or an hour and 15 minutes to go, whichever comes first. Schneider on the first pitch, swing and a miss. Second pitch fouled off. 0-2 to Schneider, 15-0 in the bottom of the third on the Impact Physical Therapy board. Outlaws well on top of Dylan Lang and the Riverton Raiders. Just not been Lang's day so far. Setting up for pitch number 77. Does so off the stretch. Dropped by Mueller. And it's 1-2. Lang taking his time into the set position. Big lead at second by Perriman. Shortstop backs off. Chopped by Schneider. Trying to beat out the throw from Frazier. It's down to first, and it's good. Inning finally over. A couple more runs come around. 15-0 the score on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard. This is a First Bank presentation of Outlaw Baseball on KNYN 99.1 FM and online at mylocalradio.com.
There is no job too small or too big. You'll find what you need at the Lumberyard in Evanston. We carry over 25,000 products under one roof. If we don't have it, we can order everything you need to finish every project, large or small. The Lumberyard also delivers. Make sure you always check the Lumberyard first. Excellent prices, great customer service, and quality products. Now you can even shop online at thelumberyard.com. The Lumberyard, 400 Front Street in Evanston.
Hello, this is Dr. McKay Franklin. Something I've really enjoyed as a dentist over the past 20 years are the lasting friendships that I've formed with many of my patients. My staff is really great, and we try hard to make sure that every patient feels a warm welcome. It doesn't matter if it's your first visit or if you've been with us for years. Every patient is welcome and always appreciated. Our goal is to provide the best dental care possible at reasonable rates. Please call us today to schedule your appointment at 307-789-8910.
Go Red Devils!
Lack of self-control.
Why make it a change? Ryan Fisher out for a fourth inning of work. The top of the fourth coming around, and Fisher has not allowed a run so far. He's been doing quite well. Pull up his pitching stats here in a second. But first, leading off, it's number 3, 4, 5 in the order for Riverton, which starts off with Dylan Fabricus. By Cody Frazier. Fabricus on deck, and Brock Hinkle in the 5 spot. First pitch out to second, a hot one, fielded by Brendan Thompson cleanly on the backhand. 1 pitch and 1 out. Frazier is retired on a well-hit ball to no fault of his own. Hard hit ground ball. Dylan Fabricus picks up Frazier's bat, tosses it back down to the first base dugout side. Takes a practice swing or two outside of the batter's box before stepping in. Fisher on the first pitch. Well smacked out to left field. Cummings on the run. Looking back. Off the wall. It bounces off the Richwood sign. Fabricus in with a double. What a well-hit ball by Dylan Fabricus to break a long drought for Riverton. They had a couple of base runners in the second, and that was about it. First hit for Riverton. Breaks up the no-no for Ryan Fisher in the 4th inning. 12 hits comparatively for Evanston. Ryan Fisher, 2 walks, 4 strikeouts, and now 1 hit. And a man on second base in scoring position with 1 gone. I think we have a substitution at bat. Take a look at that here in a second. First pitch by Fisher, smacked up to second base. A dead ball out in second. Brendan Thompson has to make a quick turn on it. Does. 2 gone. And the Outlaws have a man on third in Fabricus. Take a look now down the line. Number 20 in the 5 spot would have been in for Hinkle. Got a picture of that roster here somewhere. See who number 20 is. That was Derek Lang. So Derek Lang, the man out. 2 gone, man on third base. Lang replacing Hinkle. See if he stays in at first base. First pitch, strike called against Blake Dale. Two gone, second pitch, outside for a ball. Fabricas standing on third base. 15-0 the score on the Impact Physical Therapy board. Fastball, strike two. Fisher working quickly with a man in scoring position, trying to hold on to the shutout after giving up the no-no to the double by Fabricas. 1-2 delivery from Ryan. Outside corner and ball two, evened up the count. Here's the pitch from Fisher. Swing and a miss, inning over. And the Outlaws again hold Riverton scoreless on to the bottom of the fourth next. And it's 15-0 on this First Bank presentation of Outlaw Baseball on KNYN 99.1 FM and online at mylocalradio.com.
When you look good, it helps you to feel good. When you look good, it changes the way others see you and the way you feel about you. To help you look your best, Joe's Modern Cleaners in Evanston offers dry cleaning services. Shirts and slacks and dresses last longer when they are dry cleaned. The colors stay vibrant longer. You will feel your best when you know you look your best. And you will look your best when you have the professionals at Joe's Modern Cleaners dry clean your apparel. Joe's Modern Cleaners, 624 West Cheyenne Drive in the Frontier Square. Take all your clothes to Joe's.
My name is Dr. Micah Pullins. I'm an orthopedic surgeon at Evanston Regional Hospital. Orthopedic surgery is the practice of medicine centered around bones and joints. It's all about movement and activity and getting that to be less painful. Watching a patient with a specific problem, whether that's pain or decreased range of motion, and being able to treat them, by far the best part of my job.
Meets the eye, defeat me mentally. I like to see you try. Back on backpack flows and pack shows.
New pitcher into the game. It's Derek Lang replacing Dylan Lang after 3 innings of work and 15 runs given up. Derek Lang came into bat for Brock Hinkle last inning. So now let's see if we can figure out where everyone's been changed around to. And 77, that is, let's see here. Had it down here, had his name. McKiernan, no. Ethan Rognan has moved on to first base, out of right field. And Derek Lang in at pitcher. Hinkle was relieved. So then does that mean Dylan Lang is out in right field perhaps? Or has he been moved somewhere else? No, Dylan is at third base. Okay. Lang finished with 78 total pitches thrown. And Kendall Cummings at the plate against Ling. Strike one thrown. Second pitch, a foul ball. And 0-2. Here's the 0-2 from Lang. Curveball. Maybe got a healthy help from the wind, but just a little too much. Ball one. So as we see Dylan Lang at third, Cody Frazier has been moved somewhere, possibly out to right field. 1-2, chopped out to short. It's a slow roller and a long throw. It's an error as Cummings will have to retreat and hold up at first as he was trying to hustle down for an infield single. Tried to turn the corner, but he was already into shallow right field when he did so. A single by Kendall Cummings on 3 pitches. Make it 4. Turns the lineup over to Reed Gross. Outlaws banner day continues. Green River up at 5 o'clock, the estimated start time, as we are just before 4 o'clock here. And into the fourth inning. Guaranteed 5, so if Evanston can get through this bottom half and then get 3 more outs, maybe by even way of a complete game of Ryan Fisher, that will be it. Can give up 4 runs and 5 runs even, just can't give up 6 in the final inning to hold on to that 10-run rule. Reed Gross at the plate and down 0-1. He's 1 for 2 on the day with a hit by pitch. Reached base safely 2 out of 3 times. Second pitch fouled up, and it's 0-2. No outs in the inning. Kendall Cummings standing on first base. Wind picking up again here at Paul J. Wataha Complex in Rock Springs, Wyoming. Derek Lang steps off the mound, looks Cummings back to first base. Gross has scored once. This is 4th plate appearance. Cummings going for second, got a bad hop, but Mueller dropped the ball, stolen base. Cummings was a little slow out of the box going. Down the 90 feet from first to second. And I think with a good throw by Mueller, he would have been out by 4 or 5 steps. Pitch was a ball, though, and Mueller couldn't hold on to it. And another ball delivered to 2-2. Bottom of the 4th inning, 15-0 on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard. Derek Lang, glove hand on his knee, now into the set position. Looks back to second, off the stretch. High up and ball 3. 3-2 count to Reed Gross. We mentioned the wind picking up and trying not to lose my papers here. Chop foul. Got to be careful turning the lineup card over. Otherwise, I'm going to have a lot of missing information. Archie Haypost making their appearance to the left of us, playing a little later. The Sand Puppies got a new logo with a lowercase a and a small bug standing on the right side of it. That bug, of course, the Sand Puppy. 3-2 count stays as Gross fouls one off. Evanston will see Rock Springs tomorrow, I believe. Inside pitch and hits the barrel, or the handle of Gross's bat. Made a loud sound, so I think it avoided his batting glove. And the Outlaws have runners on first and second. That's the second time Gross has been hit today. What did he ever do to anybody? Jagger Mitchell at the plate with 2 on and no out. Cummings making a run down to the dugout, and I'm not sure what for. We've got a conference at first base and third base as Jagger Mitchell steps in and out of the right-handed batter's box. Conference continues. And Cummings finally back on his way to second. Here comes Mitchell. 4th plate appearance for him. A walk, a single, 2 runs scored, and a fly out to center to end the second inning. Off the stretch, Lang offers, and at the edge of the bat, Jagger Mitchell tips it foul. Count at 0-1. Here's the pitch. Off into left center. Dropping into the hole. Runners on to second and third. Everybody's safe on a single by Mitchell. Bases go loaded for Ryan Fisher. Can help out his own cause. Not that he's needed it today. A 15-run cushion on the mound. Only 1 hit allowed, 2 walks, 4 strikeouts for Fisher. At the bat today, Ryan reached twice, scored twice, 1 single, and a fly out to right field. First pitch, sees it, likes it, but misses. Count at 0-1. Derek Lang still looking for his first out of the inning with the bases juiced. Here's the pitch, down low and ball 1. Don't see any action now down in the Riverton bullpen. Looks like they'll try to roll with this, get out of the inning, maybe move on to the next day. This is the second game of Riverton's Saturday. Count at 2-1. Fisher set up in the box, loaded up, righty on righty. Pitch high at 3-1 is the count. Lang working. A ball gives a run up. Here's the delivery, trying to find the zone. Does so. Swung on. Opposite field offering. Out. Just a hair foul on the right field line. Everyone has to retreat. Would have scored 3 easily, as there was no way right field, and I believe that might be Frazier, was going to get out there and make the play. Try it again, full count to Ryan Fisher this time. No outs, bases loaded, 15-run lead for Evanston. Fisher the pitcher, at the bat, inside taking, and a RBI run around the bases on the walk. Bases stay loaded, run goes 15-0 to 16-0 for Evanston. Just after 4 o'clock here on KNYN 99.1 FM, the Big Dogging Country. 16-0, Seth Lloyd with a homer already today to the plate. Sees the first pitch, out to shallow center field, waiting on it. Catch can't be made. Everyone has to advance, and they'll all make it home safely. Reed Gross station to station, down to home, a single by Lloyd on one pitch, and the Outlaws lead 17-0. Banner day for the Outlaws continues. As we mentioned, the Green River Knights up next. Scheduled time 5 o'clock again at this tournament. If possible, they will work ahead, so we could be back sooner. Pitch from Derek Lang to Perriman. Popped up high, coming right towards me. Stay away from the camera, please, and it just does. 1-0 on the Impact Physical Therapy board on the count. Came about 2.5 feet away from smacking the Canon XA20. May have made things interesting. 0-1. Perriman again fouling, this time over my head. Trying to break the equipment here is Casey Perriman. Still no outs, still bases loaded. Score 17-0 on the Impact Physical Therapy board, bottom of the 4th. 23 pitches for Derek Lang in the inning. Not an out to show for it. Out of the full wind, inside, ripped down the line and in fair territory. 1 run in, Jagger touches home. Ryan Fisher turns the corner at third, on his way up, standing as well. A double and 2 runs driven in, 19-0. Casey Perriman adds to the total on his 3rd hit of the day. Brendan Thompson to the plate. (19-0) the score, and runners at second and third. Still no outs. Mueller gives a quick mound visit to Lang. Thompson on the day scored twice. He doubled and walked. Inside pitch, ball 1. We'll change sides and get on the air with different streams for the Green River game as Thompson fouls it off. Opting to go with different streams as there's a little bit of time, and we've got 2 different teams, and a baseball stream can run anywhere from a few hours to who knows how long. So Want to make it as easy for you to find the game, so that stream popping up at mylocalradio.com, if not now, I think within the next 20 minutes. It will say Evanston Outlaws May 4th, 5 o'clock game against the Green River Knights. Note, if you're listening right now, that game could be moved up if this game is completed in the next 10 minutes or so. Inside pitch and a foul ball for Thompson. Count at 2-2. Mound visit number 2 of catcher to pitcher, Mueller to Lang. Thompson a little shaken up after getting hit, and that's the reason that ball was foul. I figured it must have been, as it landed in fair territory and stopped on a dime. Got eaten up a little bit. Back into the box, 2-2. Runners on second and third, no outs. Thompson offers opposite field knock, foul. Try the 2-2 again. Here's Brendan. Inside and smacked on the back. Derek Lang hits a batter to load him back up. Brings up Gus Allred. And Allred, what a day he's had. 3 for 3. 3 RBIs. A run scored himself. And a double. 2 singles in his first at-bats and a double in his most recent. 19-0 the score. Here's the pitch. Outside edge and a strike. Standing on deck, Jordan Schneider. Taking his practice swing, 7, 8, 9 in the order with the bases loaded. Full windup. Chop to the mound. Throw home is out number 1. And no throw to first as the ball is dropped on the exchange. So 1 is gone, bases stay loaded. Jordan Schneider up, bottom of the 4th inning. A tick below a 20-run lead for the Outlaws over Riverton. Full wind from Derek Lang. Swing and a miss by Schneider on a ball a bit outside. $13 runs in the first inning for Evanston, 2 in the third, and 4 more in the fourth. Chopped right up the middle to second base. A possible double play or an E4 is the call, and make it a double E4 is a bobbled play and knock it out of play. The Outlaws playing station to station, though, so no advance. 2 errors on the play by Rhett Stover, and a run scores to make it 20-0 on the Impact Physical Therapy board. Five runs in the inning and just 1 out. Pitch count up to 34 for Dylan Lang. Make that Derek Lang. Dylan had a similar first inning. Ball gets past Mueller, but he stays in front of it. Man at the bat, Kendall Cummings. Cummings has a strikeout and a pair of singles and 2 runs scored as well. 1-0 count to the number 9 hitter in the order. Wind up by Lang. Hit foul by Cummings. Starting to get a little chilly here. May need to go get some gloves. Got a hat out in my car as well. Outside pitch, ball 2. Cummings, the right-handed hitter. A pair of hits today and runs scored inside. Backs away from getting hit. 3-1 count. It's not a day to be named Lang and be on the mound today. Dylan first, now Derek, giving up a combined 20 runs in 4. Well, make it 3 1/3 innings is all. Inside pitch and a walk with the bases loaded brings them around, in 21-0 to score. Bases stay loaded, still 1 out. And up to the plate, Reed Gross. Only in the 4th inning, it's Reed Gross's 5th plate appearance. He's been hit twice. Most recently, I think he was able to avoid actually getting hit, and it was more the handle. First pitch out to center field. Fabricas settling under it, making the catch. Runner at third advances. On his way to home, and no throw on the play. Out number 2, an RBI sacrifice fly for Reed Gross. (22-0) on the Impact Physical Therapy board. Runners on first and second base. And Jagger Mitchell to the plate. Outlaws pretty much playing station to station. Almost surprised they even did tag up there. Mitchell out to left. A hammer and probably a double if it stays fair, but it goes left to the line in left field. And instead it's strike one. 22-0. They may want to get a 15-run rule for the tournament next year. Laying into the set. Coming home. Popped over into right center. At least one more run coming home. And it looks like that will be it. On to second base. The throw comes in, sliding safely. Jagger Mitchell drives in Jordan Schneider. And we are at 23-0 on the Impact Physical Therapy board. Runners at second and third for Ryan Fisher with 2 outs. Pitch number 43 of the inning upcoming for Derek Lang. Here it is, and there it goes. Out to left field. On the run, a outstretched glove. No catch. 1 run, make it 2 come around. Mitchell taps home after Kendall Cummings comes in first, and back-to-back RBI doubles have the Outlaws up 25-0. Brings up Seth Lloyd again, his 5th plate appearance. First pitch outside. Two outs, 1-0, man on second base. In Ryan Fisher, opposite field knock into shallow left field. Maybe playing too deep to get there, and it is. Drops safely into the grass, a single and an RBI for Lloyd. Make it 26-0. Maybe a 25-run rule in effect at 4 innings perhaps. But no, we keep going. 2 outs, 26-0 the score on the Impact Physical Therapy board. Casey Perriman steps up, and left field continues to play extremely deep. They were playing basically at the wall for Seth Lloyd. Little dribbler down to second. Picked up, tossed to second. The inning is over. 26 on 11 runs by the Outlaws. 26-0 on the Impact Physical Therapy board. Top of the 5th coming up next on this First Bank presentation of Outlaw Baseball on KNYN 99.1 FM and online at mylocalradio.com.
We know that when you think of Plains Tire in Evanston, you always think
the Tire Professionals.
Quality customer service. They're friendly with great prices.
I really like Plains Tire in Evanston.
But did you also know that the team at Plains Tire offers oil changes, windshield wiper checks, and free alignment checks? That's right, free alignment checks. We don't want you to quit thinking all those great things when you hear Plains Tire. We just want you to add to the list. Plains Tire, the tire professionals. Stop in today, 157 Bear River Drive.
You're in good hands when you choose Dr. Stosage and Dr. Buick at Wyoming Dental Specialties for dental implants and wisdom tooth extractions. They work with passion and focus. They use techniques and technologies that are modern and precise. With 2 decades of experience, their skills are highly specialized. If you need teeth extractions or dental implants placed, come see Dr. Stosage or Dr. Buick at Wyoming Dental Specialties, 50 Park Road, or call us at 307-789-9034.
Ryan Fisher comes out for a 5th inning of work, and it could be his last. The Evanston Outlaws up 26-0. Yes, that's right. You have not heard wrong. 26-0 on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard as we enter the 5th inning. 13 runs in the first, 2 in the third, 4 in the fourth, and then on to a whopping, 11? Excuse me, not 4. It was 4 when I last checked. Up to 11 runs in the 4th inning. And Fisher, with 1 hit given up on the day, well, he hasn't needed such a clean slate. Walk 2, 1 hit given up, but that's what he's had, and he's been in fine fashion tonight. Leading off for Riverton as we head into the 5th inning is Ethan Rognum. He'll be followed by Tyler McKiernan and Rhett Stover in the 9 spot. At 4:17, the start time. We did not begin this game until about 2:40 p.m. at least. I think that might even be the time I went on air, so maybe more like 2:45. So we're nowhere near a 2-hour time limit, but a 5-inning game, despite 26 runs given up, may put us closer to back right on schedule for a 5 o'clock start against the Green River Knights. Rogden steps into the right-handed batter's box against Ryan Fisher. On the day, he has just 1 at-bat. First pitch, no good. An out for a ball. Anthony Tibbetts has replaced Reed Gross at catcher. Count at 1-0. Reed Gross may be out of the game, maybe somewhere else. Looking around right now to see if I can get a look. And the count is 2-0. Looks like Jagger Mitchell's still in. No, that might be Reed at third base, actually. And Brendan Thompson to first puts Jagger Mitchell to second. So there we go. Not sure exactly who came out, but Reed Gross does stay in. And Tibbetts is at catcher. Count at 2-1. And Fisher struggling a little bit with his control. Count goes 3-1. Pitch number 63. Results in a walk for Ryan Fisher to put Rognan on. Fisher calls for Tibbetts to hustle back and grab the ball to not allow Rognan to take an extra base on the walk. It was a ground out for Rognan his first at-bat. Gets a walk here. And a pair of guys who struck out first looking and then swinging. Tyler McKiernan followed by Rhett Stover. Here's McKiernan on the first pitch delivered. Takes it for strike 1. 0-1 count, and Ryan Fisher at 64 pitches into his 5th inning of work has, of course, less than what Dylan Lang finished with, and almost in the 1st inning, and not that much more than what Derek Lang had at the top of the 4th inning in his only inning of work. Here's the pitch from Fisher. Right down the pipe. Maybe a hair to the outside edge, and strike 2. Fisher working on a complete game today. Pop up high. Heading towards the out-of-play side. Hits the fence. Just in, but no chance. Fisher with a 64% strike percentage today in the start. Just allowed that 1 hit, 5 strikeouts, and 3 walks. His his strikes to balls ratio, 42-24, an inverse of itself. Had 5 ground outs, 2 flyouts, swing and a miss, and a strikeout for Fisher. And as I saw the number, that was a new player in. Rhett Stover still into the game, but that was not McKiernan striking out. It was instead, I believe, was that 19? Nathan Hutchinson on the strikeout. So 1 gone in the inning. Man on first base. And first pitch strike delivered a little high to Rhett Stover. As we were talking about Ryan Fisher's day, this is his 17th batter, and he's had first pitch strikes to 13 of them. Has Stover down 0-2. Swing and a chop foul. Count stays at 0-2. 1 man on, 1 out. Here's the pitch in the zone. Slow roller down to third base. Fielded by Gross. Down to second. 1 out. 5-4, but that's it. No chance for the double play turn. As it's a fielder's choice, Stover in safely. Trade him out as Stover takes over at first base for the leadoff man, Rognan. And there are 2 gone. 1 out away from a complete game. First pitch. Tapped up foul. Out of play, strike 1. Dylan Lang, the man who started on the mound and leadoff hitter, the final hope, represented down 26-0 for the Riverton Raiders. Pitch from Fisher. Just a hair outside, ball 1. Following this game, we will have a quick wrap-up of the hitting results for the day and, of course, talk about Ryan Fisher's day on the mound. Knocked up high into left field, a lot of time, and a read by Seth Lloyd ends the game. The Outlaws complete a victory, winning 26-0 on the Impact Physical Therapy Board. That's your final, 26-0 on this First Bank presentation of Red Devil or Outlaw Baseball on KNYN 99.1 FM and online at mylocalradio.com.
Landmark Plumbing and Heating. When you need them, they'll be there. Specializing in plumbing, air conditioning repairs, furnace installation and repairs, water heaters, HVAC system installation and maintenance. What's in your ductwork? Landmark Plumbing and Heating. And do your excavation work for septic systems and sewer cleaning. 307-789-8793. You'll find them in Evanston. Landmark Plumbing and Heating. When you need us, we'll be there.
Early Oregon-bound immigrants traveled through the Bear Lake Valley. U.S. Highway 30 basically follows the Oregon Trail. Many wagon trains stopped at Thomas L. Pegleg Smith Trading Post, located near Dingle, Idaho, for supplies. One traveler wrote of camping along Cotton Line Bear River, watching grass as tall as a man wave in the wind. Today, you don't have to ride in a wagon to visit Bear Lake Valley, but the rich history is still here to enjoy. Visit bearlake.org for more information.
Bring your vehicle for service at Rocky Mountain Yeti and feel the difference. It's easy. Visit with one of the friendly service riders and then relax and enjoy hot waffles and ice cream. While you relax Yeti style, your vehicle will be worked on by our experienced mechanics. From regular maintenance to major repairs, we do it all. Have your service work done at Rocky Mountain Yeti in Evanston and feel the difference. Get Yeti'd today.
Ooh, yeah.
100 Wasatch Road in Evanston.
Superior Rental is Evanston's only full-service rental equipment store. We have what you need to get the job done. Backhoes, trenchers, excavators, air compressors, jackhammers, concrete tools, hammer drills, aerators, tillers, power rakes, forklifts, log splitters, tables and chairs, popcorn, snow cone, and cotton candy machines. Alright, you get the picture. You don't have to own when you can rent from Superior Rental, 371 Prospector Drive in Evanston.
26-0 victory for the Evanston Outlaws over the Riverton Raiders. The winning pitcher on the mound in complete game fashion, Ryan Fisher. 76 total pitches thrown with a 70% near strike percentage, just 1 hit allowed, 6 strikeouts, and 3 walks. Losing pitcher Dylan Lang lasted 3 innings on the mound, threw 80 in all, and allowed 12 hits, 15 runs. 4 of them were earned as all, 4 strikeouts, 3 walks, and a home run to Seth Lloyd. In all, Evanston collected 19 hits in the contest. Their first of the day coming up shortly. They will take on the Green River Knights. Now as the scorebook loads up, let's take a look down the line for the Evanston hitters. Leading off, Reed Gross singled, was hit twice, and had a sacrifice fly and an RBI. Jagger Mitchell walked once, had a double, and 2 singles. Ryan Fisher on the mound was fielder's choice, a single, a walk, and then a double. Scored all 4 times. Seth Lloyd had 3 runs scored as well himself, had a load of RBIs, a home run on a 2-run shot, a walk, and a double and a single, and a pair of singles, actually, just 1 triple shy of the complete cycle. Casey Perriman struck out his first time, but scored the next 3 times up, first off of a single, and then a double. Grounded out in his final at-bat, Brendan Thompson in 4 plate appearances, struck out once, scored 3 times, reached on a hit-by-pitch, a walk, and a double. Gus Allred scored twice, 2 singles, a double, and a reach on a fielder's choice. Jordan Schneider reached on an error his first time, struck out his second, grounded out his third, reached on an error his fourth, scored both times after reaching on air. Kendall Cummings, he struck out once but scored his 3 other at-plate appearances, twice on singles and 1 on a walk. That's it for us for now, and that's it for us on this stream. Coming up shortly at the next 30 minutes or so, Evanston will take on the Green River Knights on game 2 of this tournament at the Paul J. Wataha Baseball Complex. Until then, I'm Jake Hibbert. Join us shortly for Evanston versus Green River.
Thank you for tuning in to today's broadcast of Evanston Outlaw Baseball on MyLocalRadio.com. Go online to check out more live and archived action from Wyoming, Utah, and Idaho. Today's executive producer is Val Cook. This has been a wholly owned production of Cook Brothers Broadcasting, LLC. No portion of this stream may be used or rebroadcast without the expressed written consent of the aforementioned rights holder. We thank all of our sponsors for making this broadcast possible, and mostly, we thank you for tuning in.